Okay, well, this is officially going to be take 2 of Intro 2. Welcome back, this is Colin. So I just filmed a little bit of stuff, and some of it recorded, and some of it did not. And I'm not sure what happened with that, but I'm going to try to keep my eye on the red dot in the corner. So here, let me bring you back for what we've done last time and what we're doing right now. So last time we just had the single production line. The coal coming over here with some burner miners, just 2 of them getting iron ore, directly putting them into stone furnaces and having those stone furnaces output the iron plates into a chest. And what we're going to do here is just get into a little bit more automation with the ultimate goal of being able to produce the 2 science packs, they call them. Let's see, right here, the Science Pack 1, the red one, and the Science Pack 2, which is the green one. And the green one is fairly complex. It takes 1 inserter and 1 transport belt, and an inserter takes an electronic circuit, an iron gear wheel, and an iron plate, and an inserter takes an iron plate and an iron gear wheel. So we are looking at 2 iron plates, 2 iron gear wheels, and electronic circuit, which of course the iron gear wheels and the circuits have their own constituent parts. So it's going to be a little bit of moving all these little parts around to get them to line up just right so that we can automatically run our research into our labs. And that's going to save us a lot of time and energy. So what is going on right now? Well, I had filmed this, and our goal was to go ahead and put in, we put these in together, and then I changed it around a little bit. I realized that I needed to make a design change almost immediately. And then I started doing this, and I was going to bring it back in, and I realized that I have to make another design change because I forgot about this little pond here. That is okay. It's going to be not good looking, but effective. So our goal here is to take this raw iron ore and then pipe it into the stone furnaces here, which we can do. I'm just going to take out a little bit of this and run this. Oops. Down this way. Alright, so also what I showed you was that we've got these powered inserters now, and we've there's 2 types. There's a long-handled inserter, which will grab things, as you can see, from a whole another tractor belt away, and then the regular one. Whew, sorry, my words just failed me there. Let's see. There we go. Put those 2 guys down. Let's get some power. Yeah, right there. And we're going to extend this line. So I'm going to pick this up. I just got a lot of iron plate. And let's put down another inserter, which is actually going to take it out of the stone furnace. So I'm just going to leave it at 4 for now. That'll be just fine. Alright, so moving on, what we need to do now is start to make some of these constituent parts and setting up assembly machines. So we are going to need iron gear wheels. It's going to take 2 iron plates each. We're also going to need some copper cable for the electronic circuits. And we're going to need assembly for transport belts, assembly for inserters, and assembly for electronic circuits. So I think we're going to be using up a lot of wheels. More wheels than iron plates, since they take more iron plates than 1 iron plate. So we're going to set up a few factories for them. So let's go ahead and bring this up. I really haven't thought this through, so I'm just literally winging it for now, but this is kind of just how it goes. Alright, big old line around there. Now you can see that they're working a little bit more efficiently, more directly, and that looks like a pretty good pace, honestly. So I've got the assembly machines right here, and I'm going to take it 1 step away from this line so that I can have an inserter. Let's see, like so. And then I need power. Let's see. Try that right there. And then I need to connect that power. Like so. Okay. So now this thing's got power. We're going to direct it. We just click on it. Direct it to make the iron gears, and there it is. Now it will only hold 2. So we've got an output from here as well. So we'll drop down another inserter and make our output line. And of course, we need more power. There we go. Okay, so let's extend this. I think 4 should do it. Don't need to go too crazy. This is just a demo. This is not going to be permanent. And let's go ahead and set up the power for the rest of these. Right, and like so, and like so. And then we just make sure we tell them to make the wheels. Now, what is the next step? We've got the wheels, we need copper wire, and then we'll need the copper cable, and the iron plate. So, here's what we're going to do. Much in the same way as this setup over here, we're going to replicate that setup with a little bit of copper down here and take this kind of ancient setup and modernize it. And once we do that, I'm going to do the exact same thing to the coal over here. So we've got an abundance of coal, but this is just slightly inefficient because we're using coal to get coal, and we can just do that with electricity. So I'm going to set all that up, and then we'll bring you back. Alright, we are back, and let me tell you what I've done. I went ahead and expanded the mining operation down here. I went ahead and did 3, just because I was kind of taking a guess that maybe we would actually need quite a bit of copper plate, but we'll see how that goes. Same setup, long over here to deposit, and short to input the coal. And eventually later on you'll be able to get electric furnaces, so you'll be able to cut out the coal going directly to the machines, which just saves space and time, logistics. Anyways, I've got the output of the copper coming up here, and this is one of the newer parts that we haven't seen yet on this series, underground. All you do is put it down facing the direction that you want it going, and it can extend, I can't remember, like 6, something like that. Yeah, that's about the extent of it. So yeah, 4 in the middle, so 6 from side to side. Super useful. Super useful. Use them all the time. And then right next to it, I've got another thing, which is a splitter. And I'm going to use that. I want copper plates coming this way, so we can make the copper cable. And I want copper plates running this way, because we're going to need them by themselves and another ingredient later on down the line. And then one last thing, I changed this around a little bit to save space and be a little bit more efficient. I put a little inserter here, and what it does, inserters always put items on the far side of the track line. So I just had it, drop it. What it's doing is it's dropping plates on the other side of the wheels, and we're going to need that because one of the ingredients we need are wheels and plates together. So what I'm going to do is just expand this out a little bit and clean it up a little bit, and then we'll come back to do the next part together. Alright, and we are back. Welcome back. So here's what's going on. As this always happens when I'm planning these things out, which is that I don't really plan them out, I'm kind of running into a lot of logistical issues. Just where should things go? Where should things be? Getting a little confused on what needs to be where. So let's talk about what's going on right now. First thing that we should notice is that I've got this copper wire, and that's coming from the copper plate on this side over to here, and it's going to go up and around. And the reason I'm doing this is, if you'll notice, the copper wire's on this left side, and this iron plate is on the left, or I should say right side, in the direction. No, let's do this. I'm having to turn my head. Okay, enough of that. So what happens is, if I were to just join this lineup with this one, they would both conflict, and they would both be on the side that the iron plate is on. That is the copper and the iron. And then there wouldn't be a good mixture of them. So to get the copper coil the other side, what I've done is I've tunneled under and then just quickly brought it around, and that puts it on the other side. That way both things are stacked up there nicely. And what those are going to do is they go into the assembling machine, and they're going to make electronic circuits. And just as a reminder, because I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, we're going for the 2 science packs. So the first one's relatively easy. It's just copper plate and the iron gear. And the second one's much more complex. It's an inserter and a transport belt. And we need the electronic circuit for the inserter. So, but let's get back down to another one here. So we've got, let's see, we need there it is. Science pack 1, copper plate, iron gear wheel. So what I've got here is a long arm inserter, which is grabbing iron wheels from this side before they go through into this production line, which will be used a little bit later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a splitter right here. Ooh, doggy. How to tackle that? So what's going to happen is this is going to be too long, so I need to move this over right here. So I'll show you what I mean here. So we take this out, move it over 1. There we go. And I need to put a splitter in, which I think that'll do. This is not the this is not the finest example of efficient routing, but it will do, I suppose. So let's go up. Oops, I've just got those faced the wrong way. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I was able to leave work, thankfully, because I'm just not feeling that good. So a little bit groggy, a little bit out of it. Just trying to figure this out without too much issue, but I'm certainly getting some issues here. There we go. I think that will do it. Oh, I'm out of transport belts. Here we go. There we go. All right, that's exactly what we want. So the thing I'm running into here also is that I've kind of got this a little bit wonky the way it's coming together here. So I'm going to bring this line down. I'm trying to make this as brief as possible, guys, and if you've ever seen any of my videos before, you know that that's nearly impossible. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me. So all right, we're gonna get 2 of these guys rolling. So let's get the inserters. You insert from here, insert from there. Power. It's a big blessing when you get to the a little later stage in the game where you have a little bit better power options, a little wider range power poles. That really helps out a lot. But for now, something like that will do. This will be our output from here. Yeah, this is all being clutched together in a very unorganized way right here. I think what I could have done was maybe swap the copper and the iron. Maybe, have the iron come down here, have the copper go up there, and I could have maybe made them meld up a little better. But we're going to get it working. Let's go ahead and turn these guys on. These are going to make the Science Pack 1. Okay. Oh, and of course I just noticed a mistake that I made. Can't really output to this because it's sitting right there. So we'll output up here. Yeah, this is getting very clustered. I'm gonna have to do something about this. Alright, and some output inserters, some outserters. Alright, there's Science Pack 1 on the manufacturing line. So it does take quite a bit of time to make, so I might add, let's do, yeah, one more we'll do. Go ahead and put in that. Extend this line so we can pick it up. And then I need more inserters. I did not make near enough of anything that I wanted to in my prep earlier. Get that rolling. Alright. Outputs. Inputs. There we go. And we gotta tell it to do it. There we go. Okay. Alright, so let's take an inventory of our parts. We've got the Science Pack 1, so that's taken care of. So focusing on Science Pack 2, we have got our electronic circuits. We've got the iron gear wheels. We've got iron plates. So the transport belt is iron plate and iron gear wheel. And the inserter is iron plate, iron gear wheel, and electronic circuit. So, how to take care of this logistical nightmare that I've created for myself. Alright, we're going to extend this line out a lot. We're going to extend it out a lot. As with this one. Okay, so that's everything right there to make inserters, right? But what we need to do is we need to make the transport belts with this line as well, because it takes the iron plate and iron gear wheel. So here's what we do. We're just going to leave the science stuff here for right now. And we need to put a splitter on here, because we're going to split this line. Yes, that is exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to split this line and pull it down, all the way down, not into the coal, but butting up to the coal. And pull it over. And now we're going to put in 2 more assembly lines. I'm going to go ahead and start making a few more of those. And I'm going to make 4 of the assembling machine 2s. And I think that during my earlier cut, I forgot to tell you this time that I went ahead and just researched one more thing, which was I went for Automation 2. And Automation 2 gets you the assembling machine 2, which can craft up to 4 ingredient parts. So, with that being said, let's get an input and an output. This is gonna get messy, but we can make it work, I think, just with a little bit of headache and a lot of mess. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's rolling. There's power. Just need to connect it. I'm gonna have it make the transport belts. And of course, what we're doing now is I'm gonna add 1 more of these. We now have a supply chain for transport belts. So when we're going to use the transport belts and the inserters together to make the Science Pack 2. But we'll probably have some leftover transport belts. So we're going to have those go into a chest, so that they're not just sitting on the line unused. And that way I don't really have to worry about getting the iron plate from somewhere and making the transport belts. I can just pick them up from I've already got a stock of them. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. That'll be the finishing touches, I believe. Alright, let's get an output train going here. There they are. Alright, 1 step closer. Now let's get, I still need, actually, yeah, I'm going to need more of those. Okay, so now we're going to use the number 2 for the first time. And here we go. 3 of those should do. Feels like it would be okay. So we need, I wonder if this will work. I wonder if the long handle will pull either of those 2. Whoops, those are facing the wrong way. because they're going to need to pull the iron gear and the iron plate. And I'm just going to have a short one, of course, for the electronic circuits. There's that. Get some power in here. And give it the recipe. Boom. Oh, wait, that was the wrong recipe, right? Right. Yep, that was silly. We're making inserters. Yes, back to reality. There we go. Alright, now we need an output for inserters. Again, sorry about the darkness. Not sure, there's no gamma setting. But in my normal play, which again, this is just an example, but in normal play, I would have can't say the word now. I can't say any words. My words are the worst words. I would have lamps everywhere. There it is. And we'd be able to see at night. So, all right. So we've got the inserters. We've got Science Pack 1. We've got the transport belts. Now all we need from here is one more line of assemblies to get the Science Pack 2. And then we want to have it match up with the line of Science Pack 1s. That'll be a little bit of a logistical challenge, but let's go ahead. I think I'm going to want them running along the base here. So I'm just going to cut off that input line. That certainly isn't needed. So we can just, oh, no, not there. Yeah. I'm just going to come all the way down here. Oh, and we need to match these two up, don't we? Yes, we do. Another little logistical challenge here. See, yeah, because they're both on the same side. Well, no matter. We don't need all the space in the world. So we're going to do this thing again. And go under so that we can reverse direction. And this will be turned. There we go. Alright, let's make 2 more assembly line 2s. And then there will be a 4th one. Alright. Nope. Alright, inserters. I could be using fast inserters. I don't really feel like there's a need to at this early stage. They use up more power if you've got power concerns, and they and it just seems like it's too much. You know, the machine can only work so fast, so getting it loaded up really quick just seems to be counterproductive. All right, enough of that chatter, enough of the blather. Let's try to wrap this thing up quickly-ish somehow. All right, we're gonna need an output line. This will be our Science Pack 2 output line. Alright, so we need to actually connect it to power. There we go. Give it the recipe. Oh. Some outputters. Yeah, and of course this awkward, seems like there's too many power poles, right? Well, I haven't really figured out the most efficient way to do that. Alright, so we got Science Pack 2s rolling right now. Again, this is a huge time saver. I'm absolutely certain that everybody else that plays this game eventually gets this pipeline rolling. Because there's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 more complex types of Science Packs as you go. So the last thing we need to do is pipe these into our labs so that we can have that automated, so we don't have to run over to the lab and you know, keep placing Science Packs in. Now, I'm going to move the ones that we've got over here because I'm not going to bring that line all the way over here. That would be a little bit inefficient. While we're over here, I did this real quick, split off the coal line, and have an automatic feeder in the boiler, because we were starting to use a lot more power, which we are now. And you can see that we're right at about, I'd say we're closer to half our total power production. So we're going to have to be thinking about that once we put these labs in. Probably put in maybe another boiler and 2 steam engines just to, just keep the power flowing. Okay, so how to do this without being too incredibly messy, and I think this is what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to turn here, and we're going to put down an underground here, extend it to here, put, oh yeah, see I can't, that won't take. Okay, so you just do back-to-back undergrounds. So it came out here, and it's going to go under again. And now we can turn this guy. Alright, so just put that there for now. And we need to get the science pack rolling. Or science pack 2 rolling down the line. Phew. I'm just saying though, guys, I love this game. I mean, it's just so, I don't know, there's something to it that's just fascinating and engaging, smart, interesting. It's not unlike, say a Minecraft or anything like that. It's just that, it's got its own little charms. All right, so how are we going to get these 2 lines to match up? What's the best way to do it? I'm thinking we could do this totally differently. Let's give it a shot real quick. Instead of this line coming down there, let's try this. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch more undergrounds. I probably didn't need to make that many. When you right click on an item, it'll make 5 of that item, just so you know. Alright, so we're just going to do a bunch of underground lines. Like so. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do it there. It's okay, I think I can change that around a little bit. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to change that around. So let's put that there. Let's put that there. Another one. Another one. Don't sue me, Colin. Alright, just kind of replacing what I'm tearing up here as I go along. There goes another one. Oh, is this going to work out? Perfect. I think that might do it. Is that going to work? Oh, no. No. Okay, you're going to go here. There we go. I didn't actually meet these 2 up. So, here's how we do that. Boom. Yep, the red potions are flowing. And if all goes well, they should make a double line here. And there we go. See, that's what I'm talking about. Alright. So yeah, this was superfluous here, or is now. We'll just go ahead and remove all those parts so we're not more cluttered than we need to be. And a little bit more. Oh, looks like somebody needs some iron plates, or do I? Because I've got all these transport belts right here being unused right now. So I've got way more transport belts than inserters right now, and I wonder what I can do about that. Where's my inserter line again? I can't recall. Should be, oh, it's right here. Okay, so we're gonna need to up our iron gear production, I suppose, is the key. Just kind of looking at it for a minute. Just seeing if I could figure out a reason why it's not going that fast. Why you no produce? Oh, it doesn't have enough iron. So we're going to increase our iron plate production. Alright, I'm going to do that here in a second. Yeah, okay, so I've got this. Okay, remember this guy? He's doing exactly what I want him to do. He's keeping this line full. But we just basically need more iron plates. So we're going to get to that in a second. But speaking of iron plates, I need iron plates. So I'm going to take all these. Yeah, and this, I just noticed this guy up here is superfluous indeed. So I'm just going to get that guy out of there. Yeah, we're not making electronics. Yeah, so we've got a bottleneck up here. We can fix that, no problem. But let's get back to this and at least just finish what we can. So here's how I like to do this. My buddy Calvin discovered that the labs, let me make a new pick real quick. The labs can supply themselves. And by that, I mean that as we, there we go. So here's our input. And I like to do 3 by 3. I like to do 9, but we'll just do, I can't remember how many I just built, but we'll do something like this. And then they'll have in between them inserters. God, I hope I'm not just bumbling here. That's how I feel like I am. But all right, let's get some power down here. Right. And let's go ahead and hit T, and let's start researching anything. Doesn't matter, something that uses both, actually. Let's do this landfill, because that's actually going to be super useful. There we go. Exactly. That's exactly what we want. Only issue right now is that we're not producing enough Science Pack 1. So let me add a little cut on this, see where we're at time-wise, and then we'll come back briefly. Alright guys, it is absolutely time to wrap this up because that was about a 23-minute cut just on the last one, putting us at about 34 minutes. So I'm going to try to edit that down because I'm really not, I don't know if people like to watch them or not, but I do a lot of babbling, and I kind of just extend the video by too much by just talking, kind of like I'm doing right now. So, okay, the whole goal of this was to show you just the basics of the game, from the very beginning to your first production lines, to power, to your first research pipeline. And that's what we've got here. It's not quite completed, it's not quite fully polished, but I'm actually kind of happy now that I look at it on the widespread view. So hopefully you learned something from this. Just a heads up, next episode, what we're going to be doing is jumping right into the multiplayer server where it's a little bit more complicated than this, but the same fundamentals will be at place. And we're going to be working on the oil system, which I'm kind of futzing around with. So I'm glad you guys watched this video. Thank you very much. Hope you like it. Hopefully you subscribe. And hopefully you tune in next time. I will see you later. Goodbye.